Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Duke and this is my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to choose again. You can choose an entirely different thought system and be free of guilt, fear, attack, resentment. I will also reveal to you what the real problem is. Now, it's set up, the world's dream is set up to make you believe that you're a body, that you're a separate person. You have a story of being born to a set of parents, you're a race, a name, an age, you have all these complications and problems. That's the way it's set up, to fool us into believing that we are this avatar, this biological machine. Nothing could be farther from the truth. So I'm going to go over some basic metaphysics with you. Everything is the mind. There is only the mind. A religious way of saying it is there is only God. There is nothing else. And then it's as if there's an illusion of duality. It's been called the Great Projection. It's like one mind beyond space-time. We have everything because we are everything. No time, no space, everything's perfect. And there's no limitations. It's an endless endlessness, an endless ocean, an endless infinite ocean of natural great perfection. And it's as if, for a moment, there's a thought, what would it be like to be separate? And in that thought contains all space-time. It is the story of everything. It's like the one mind is imagining all these different mathematical laws which produce a matrix of sorts. And it's all based on the idea that we could sacrifice our oneness, or we could shatter totality or the absolute into billions of pieces. And it's just a thought, it's just an idea in the mind, but yet here in the dream, it's like billions and billions of years. It's the time-space continuum. So we become self-aware that we're a dreamer in our own mind's dream, and in reality, we're all that original mind. We haven't left our source. We haven't left our source, but it seems like we did. Because in order to pull off this hallucination of sorts, in order to pull this off, we had to believe that we actually shattered perfect unity or oneness. So unconsciously, the real problem, we all believe unconsciously, it's unconscious, we're not aware of it, that we caused the whole space-time continuum, that we caused separation. So this is like the ancient trauma that we all carry, and it's projected into the time-space continuum, so we see it as time. We see this idea that's happening in our mind, we perceive it through an individual or a body, we perceive it as it's outside of our mind because we have a sensory apparatus that shows us that our thought that's really happening in our mind is outside of us. It's a physical body, it's a world, it's a universe, but it's really all in our mind still. It's just our senses are configured to perceive it. It's like inside out or inside out. So this is how one mind, in a sense, fools itself into believing it is the physical universe. And then we go, and to take it, it's kind of like, as we're imagining this, we see how deep we can go. And at some point in that original idea of separation came the idea of housing individual consciousness in separate bodies. And then the mind imagined, and is still imagining, every separate thing, every separate body. So the physical universe is like a body within a body within a body. If you just look at your body, it's like your body is one body, but yet it's many bodies inside of your body that make up your body. And it's like that our body, the human biological machine, is a microcosm of the macrocosm. We actually reflect what's happening on a much larger scale. So to bring this down to earth, the world's dream, where we're at right now today, is that we could say our mind is split in two. A right mind and a wrong mind. And by default, we're set on the wrong mind because everything here in the physical universe proves to us that separation's real and perfect oneness, perfect love, is a lie. But it's really just the opposite, because separation's an illusion. So to become self-aware in the dream, we realize we have a choice. Every time we get upset, every time we have a judgment, every time we get angry at someone, we bring it back home, we take responsibility for our own mind, and we realize that everything's coming from me, my one mind. And I can choose again. I can choose a thought system, the opposite of separation. I can choose a thought system of unity, a thought system of abundance. It's the opposite of fear, because everything in the wrong mind is reflected like in nature. You see, the bigger animal kills the smaller animal. The very fact that we have to eat the bodies of plants and animals to sustain ourselves. Some of us don't eat animals, but it's like plants, whatever, we have to eat bodies to sustain our body. We have to continually sacrifice other bodies to sustain our body. So it seems everything here is a sacrifice. Everything here is, and nothing lasts. It all bears the mark of death and decay. But in reality, true reality is beyond space-time, which is right here and now. It's closer than our very breath. Beyond space-time is not somewhere far in the distance. It's not some heaven way up in the sky. It's closer than our very own breath. It's accessible to us at all times. So in a sense, this whole experience of being a person in the world is a way we've actually checked out from reality, and we're in this like insane hotel, the Hotel California, this insane hotel where everything changes and dies and everything's different, and we have good guys and bad guys and specialness. We all seem to be different and unique and special, and we have all our own individual stories, and it's all made up. It's all happening in the mind. So the whole point of this video is that you're a decision-making mind, and that you can choose the thought system of the spirit, which you can choose to see that we all have, no matter who it is. Every time you look at another person, whether it's a stranger in the street, whether it's a relative or a friend, whether it's somebody on the internet, across the globe, in another country, no matter who it is, we're all the same. Every one of us are all the same. We all have the same interests. We're not a race, an age, we're not a sex, we're none of that. We are life itself. We are actually eternal life that's dancing in the matter, in the clay. And when we choose again and let go of the thought system of separation, we begin to have a different experience. We begin to experience transformational forgiveness. We let go of fear, we let go of guilt, all fear and guilt we let go of. We start to transcend it. We start to have an experience of the forgiven world. We see that all the terrible shit that happens in the world is all coming from the wrong mind. It's all coming from the belief in separation. It's all coming from the original trauma when we believe we shattered perfect oneness. We shattered heaven. We caused the separation. And this has been the story for billions and billions of years. His story, the story of bodies and bodily identity. specialness. Each body has its own little individual trip it goes through. And this is really what we're waking up from. We're coming out of it, and we're remembering who we really are, life itself. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to 2020, hopefully the Great Awakening. I will look forward to presenting more of these videos. Take from it what you can, leave the rest. Remember, whatever, even if you don't buy into any of this, the shared interests, what we have in common is we both have a right and a wrong mind, and we can choose. We can choose guilt, fear, attack, or we can choose love, forgiveness, and joy, and freedom. Thanks for watching. Oh, and remember, if you like the channel and the content, remember to subscribe and hit that bell, and then you'll get notified when I make new videos. I will look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you.